Hi, guys and dolls. How are you? I hope you're well. All right, so let's go over some things that people don't really want to think about, but they should. Okay? They really should. Pay close attention to this. All right? So, I talked to you the other day about scammers, right? And how romance scammers, how they're pretending to be your everything so they can weasel you out of money. Um, it's just really mind blowing, the information that someone will give a scammer, somebody that they supposedly love, that they've never met in person, who has never proven themselves to them. They have just talked a bunch of sweet words that the person fell for, and then they let their brain carry them way across the world. And I'm in love, I'm in love. You're not in love, you're obsessed because this person feeds you compliments and makes you feel important. That's it. That's not real love. Real love is based on you were there for me when I needed you. You have always been there for me. I've always been there for you. When you having a bad day, I'm concerned, and vice versa. Love is built through time, not through words, not through empty promises, not through any of that. Love is based on a solid foundation of emotions, not words, not fluffy words on a computer. But when you can't control yourself emotionally, you just let yourself go all the way across the world, like I said, and it's kind of silly. But so you want to be in a relationship so that you're not alone. But I'm here to tell you from personal experience, you are never, ever, ever more alone than being in a manipulationship with someone under the pretense of we are a team, we are a partnership. The aloneness that comes from that is indescribable. Indescribable. I'm telling you from personal experience. Okay? When you're alone, you expect to be alone because nobody's there for you. You're there for yourself. And you've got hopefully family and friends who are there for you, good friends that are there for you. But when you're supposedly in a so-called relationship, which is really a manipulationship or situationship, that person's using you for whatever they want, and their needs will always be more important than your needs. So the loneliness from that is indescribable because you don't expect to be alone if you're supposedly a partnership. But if you're with the wrong person, you're in a manipulationship and you're going to be alone. Everything that you go through will be by yourself. You will tell this individual, and these are narcissists that I'm referring to because narcissists are the most selfish mofos in the world, and they're real close to being psychotic. There's a fine line between the two because there's no remorse, there's no concern, there's no nothing. So yeah, I mean, it's just disgusting. So let's go through this. Let's go through my notes that I did. Okay. Anything, and this is called being alone in a relationship, or I call it a manipulationship because in a real relationship, y'all got each other's back. There's no bullshit of one person sitting on a throne and the other person's licking their shoes with their tongue. There's none of that shit. In a real connection, in a real relationship, you got each other's back. But if you are in a manipulationship and you're alone, this is what you're facing, okay? But you don't want to be alone. But you're with somebody who abandoned you emotionally. Come on, let's think, people. Let's think. Anything that doesn't agree with them is considered an argument. So you become quiet to keep the peace. And that is a way of them controlling you. That is another form of manipulation. I'm going to go off about everything that comes out of your mouth. If the person says it's a cloudy day and you say, well, actually, I saw the sun. The sun's trying to come out. Why are you trying to start an argument? That's the type of bullshit that comes out of these motherfuckers' mouths because they don't want you to speak unless they want you to speak and agree with everything they say. How dare you say the sun came out a little bit or it tried to? Shut up. That's how they feel. They may not tell you to shut up, or they may tell you to shut up because they don't want to hear your opinion. If you say, well, my favorite color, they say your favorite color is blue. You're like, no, actually, my favorite color is orange. Why are you trying to start an argument? See what I'm saying? They are training you to keep your mouth shut at all times. So you're going to start tiptoeing on eggshells. They are training your brain to agree with everything with their fucking asses so that you just obey the king or the queen. Just obey them. If they say your favorite color is blue, you have to agree with it or else you're trying to start an argument. See why I don't bother with people? Okay. When you are hurt physically or emotionally, you are abandoned. This is the loneliness you will face if you're with the wrong person. You are in labor with your child, but your partner isn't there. You had surgery, but your partner doesn't care how you are feeling. Nor do they care. True story. A nurse was punched in the face by her patient, and the patient was a bodybuilder. So you know that punch felt like a train hit her in the face, right? She had a concussion, and then afterwards she had post-concussion syndrome, and of course severe pain. Her husband was blasé about the entire situation. Whatever. She had to deal with all of it alone. You never get what you want, and the people who, the entities, the demons that you're involved with, if they're narcissistic, this is their Bible. Don't care about nobody but you. Regardless of what that person goes through, don't care about nobody but you. That's in their narcissistic Bible. Okay? You never get what you want because it was never about you. It's always about them. Another example. Someone you love died and you have to deal with it completely alone. In fact, your partner is very uncomfortable with your tears. Did I go there? Yes, I did. Your heartache makes them uncomfortable. They might even say, what are you crying for? That's not going to bring the person back. Again, these aren't normal responses. So these are individuals who are narcissistic, who act this way. Normal people don't do this. Okay? They don't. Watch out for emotional manipulations that hide what is really going on in your situation. For example, your partner keeps emphasizing romance, romance, romance. Do any of the situations that I discussed with you require romance? Of course not. Or is there an emphasis on sex all the time? Does life's issues require you to have sex all the time? When a parent dies, does sex fix it? Does romance fix it? When you have a miscarriage, does romance and sex fix it? When bills are due and electricity is about to be cut off, does sex fix it? If that is the only thing someone has to offer, you are alone. So let me tell you this. You can't see yourself alone. Loneliness is worse inside of a so-called relationship. When you are supposedly with someone, yet you are emotionally abandoned. Honey, you are alone. You are alone. Dump them, free yourself, and surround yourself with people who will truly love and support you. So you don't want to be alone, you don't want to be alone, you don't want to be alone, you don't want to be alone. If you're in a so-called relationship with somebody and you go through everything alone, doesn't that feel like you're alone? Let me tell you something else. We talked about the scammers the other day. They don't want to show you their face on camera because 9 times out of 10, they stole those pictures. They may show that may be what they look like, but they get on camera with you for like a split second and then they jump off, or they have very poor lighting because they don't really want you to see them. You're talking to them on a computer and you're letting your mind take you run across the football field. Your mind is just taking you and running way over there. And you are by yourself. Words on a screen are not the same thing as companionship. Silly little compliments are not a companionship. Those are words. Anybody can use those words. Okay? You're so beautiful. You're so handsome. The qualities that you have are just the most wonderful qualities I've ever seen in anybody. You are my soulmate. You fall for that shit? Can words on a screen hold your hand when you're in the hospital, potentially dying? I'm just asking. So loneliness, if you think that loneliness is unbearable, which it shouldn't be, because you can't hate yourself that much that you can't be alone with you. This is just absurd. You need therapy. You have to realize that being with the wrong monster, you are alone. Everything you feel is your problem. Everything you experience is your damn problem. If you go to the hospital and have surgery, that's your damn problem. If you were in the military and you lost your legs in a war, if you're with a narcissistic bitch, that's your problem that you lost your legs. They got theirs. They got both of their legs, so what they worried about you for? And you worry about being alone, and you're so desperate to be with somebody, but you're with somebody who doesn't give a damn. Does that not feel like loneliness? And it's worse because this person, this entity, this demon, this narcissist pretended that they cared. Let something hit the fan and see how much they care. I'm just telling you. Let something hit the fan and you tell me how much they care. You tell me how much they're in your corner when shit hits the fan. When your mom dies, your dad dies, your sister got killed in a car accident. How many of life situations do you have to deal with alone before you realize that you're alone? I don't give a shit if you're boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't care if you are engaged. I don't care if you're freaking married. If this demonic individual / narcissist does not care about you, there's your sign. You're alone. You're doing everything you can to avoid being alone, but you're alone. So you're better off being by yourself, because if you're going to be in a situation where everything that you go through in your life is going to be alone, you're going to be emotionally abandoned. What have you got to lose by dumping this person? What have you got to lose? Nothing. Because they're not there for you anyway. And they don't give a damn about you anyway. They don't. They just don't. And sometimes when something terrible happens to you or someone you care about, they may want all the gory details because they relish in the agony, the emotional upset. They relish in that. They bask in that. They enjoy that. Oh, your loved one almost bled to death. Really? Tell me more about that. And you don't want to be alone. You are alone, baby. If you're in a situationship like this, manipulationship like this, you are alone. Dump this person. Because they've already proven to you, I don't care what you go through. Some of them are so dead inside, they're not even going to fake that they care. Why should I give you a phone call or text you when you're in the hospital to see how surgery went? Why should I call the hospital? Why should I go see you in the hospital? That's going to inconvenience me. Okay? Let's just be honest. That's going to inconvenience me. I could do what I want to do instead of worrying about what you got going on. You'll eventually come home, right? If you don't, that's even better because I had my eyeballs on your coworker anyway. Ooh, did I go there? Yes, the hell I did. Because narcissists are trying to find somebody else while they're with you. They got somebody when they meet you, they already have people that they're banging on the side. You might be the wife, and I've said this in other videos. You might be the wife or the husband, but you're the side chick or the side dude. But you're married to them, but you a chick on the side or a dude on the side. Again, you're alone. So what do you need to do? You need to dump them. Because if you're going to be alone, you might as well be alone. Makes sense to me. Dump them. You have nothing to lose. God forbid you died. Who's going to plan the funeral? Who's going to be there for you? You better hope your parents are still alive or your siblings. You got siblings and they care because your partner's not going to plan the funeral because they don't give a shit. They'll be like, oh, well, throw them in a cardboard box. I don't care. I'm sitting here watching a football game. I ain't got time to worry about my partner died. Whatever. Let me call Mary Sue and see if she's home. Or let me call Billy Bob and see if he's available. Since you did, you can't catch me for cheating. I mean, really, that's how twisted it is. If you are alone in your relationship, so-called relationship, manipulationship, fake ship, dump them because you're alone any damn way. You're trying to avoid being alone, but you're alone. You're trying to avoid being alone, but you are alone. Reach out to your family. Reach out to your friends. Reach out to people who honestly and truly care about you. They don't have to fake that they care. They actually do. Okay? This is really emotionally torturous to a person. It's torture. You don't need to deal with this. You don't have to suffer like this.